Actually, I'd probably project more like this, but he's got his mic on, which is why you're hearing me double.
Alright, I'm muting now.
Alright, so there you go. Now you can hear me talking normally with his mic muted, because he and I sit back to back in the same room.
Alright, and Hammer backstage. Can you hear everybody?
I can.
Okay, that's important too.
Oh. Mechanically, the way that this game kind of works in terms of the audio is once you're within range, you hear it as if you're standing right next to them.
Right.
I am so sorry, guys. My son just came up and told me his throat hurts.
All good.
He's not feeling well.
Oh, I hope he feels better.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
So I will explain the stage now. So if everybody comes backstage, first and foremost, this is backstage. Welcome. You will see, there's lighting boxes numbered 1, 2, 3, and red. And then if you look on the wall behind you, there's like LCR, which also have 1, 2, 3 on it. So for lighting, stage 1 is this side, stage left, that's what the L stands for, stage right, and then C is center. So throughout your script, you'll see the prompts, right? Enter, so the very first scene, Act 1, Scene 1, the witches will enter stage right here, and then position, left of cauldron, center of cauldron, or right of cauldron. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yep, makes sense.
If you go backstage again, oh yes, and
Just
Hammer
turned it
just
on.
lit. Stage 3 for lighting. So you'll see that if you stand in your positions as witches, your face and body should be more illuminated than if I stand over here at stage 1 or 2.
I am feeling you're
Yeah,
muted.
I'm seeing that in the camera mode as well. It looks fantastic, actually. I'm recording this, and I'm going to send it to you so you can see what it looks like from the camera perspective this week. Okay.
So the three of us standing here, and so that'll indicate to the audience that this is where the scene is taking place. So they won't be distracted by these other two stages, stage 1 or 2. So you are all on stage,
I see.
Stage right, stage 3. Now, if Hammer turns off stage light 2, or stage 3, and puts on stage 1, now the witches are dark, and whatever is happening on stage 1. So stage 1 is basically inside the castle, right?
Yep.
Stage 2 is usually either just outside the castle gates or out on the battlefield. And stage 3 is generally where the witches are, but also at some points we'll have stage 1 or stage 2 and 3 on to make the battlefield a little bit larger.
Genius.
Or to make, so there's one scene where the 3 witches are here and Mcbeth and Banquo are talking to them. And so then we'll have both of these stages lit so that people will see, Banquo and Mcbeth come up here and speak to the witches. So that we're not all crammed onto one little stage. Additionally, if you turn off stage 2 and 3, there will be a few scenes where there are evil thinking. Your red light will come on like so.
My God, that's genius. That's amazing.
So Lady Mcbeth will stand here, up, down, spot. This is where your line will be.
Bitch,
for out, down, spot. To give it that extra layer of
That
drama.
is so cool, I gotta say. It looks great on camera. I mean, fantastic. Okay, go ahead. I'm smitten.
There are also going to be, if you scroll down to later, there's a few spots where there will be sound effects, such as a bell, like a bell sound. Hit the bell.
Where's the bell?
The doorbell. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the doorbell.
I'm not sure if people actually hear it, those two up.
Yeah, I could hear it.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yep.
Closer to the end, while Malcolm and Mcduff and others are starting to go towards Mcbeth's castle to fight, there will be like a snare drum playing, like a marching army. It's also referenced in the script.
I did see that reference, yes.
Listen to that.
Yes, I noticed some of us are responsible for instruments.
Yes, some of you are responsible for instruments. Some of you gamer girls on drums for some of those battle scenes. And there's also going to be a gong when they say, like, strike the alarm, and then the gong will go off. All of that is prompted with Hammerlane, our lighting tech, doing most of that.
All right.
Awesome.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, this is really impressive.
Yeah, this is next level right here for
There'll
this
be
game.
There'll be some battle scenes, so Hammer, if you could put stage 2 on. So there, people will be having a sword fight. Here, somebody can fight me.
I haven't.
Actually, since we're not team, so we'll probably okay, so we're having a fight, and then during your script while you're fighting, you'll stop speaking during your lines and have a moment of fighting and stop. And then when, for example, I think my character, Mcbeth, kills my character, give me a whack. Step back a little bit, like stand here. Yeah. So we're fighting, haha. And then, oh. You got it.
That's
Nice.
perfect. It's so
Yeah, I thought
it's
he
so
wanted to be able to
staged.
die on cue.
Yeah. Yep. That's great.
For anybody who dies.
That's great because it avoids the whole like respawn issue if you
Right.
take toxic.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, and also like this is a theater stage. There's no such thing as respawning.
Right. Right.
I mean,
On stage.
So let me ask you from and you may be about to get to this, but from a camera's perspective, obviously the audience can't see mouths moving. Do you want me to do anything specific to kind of hone in on who's speaking, or just kind of? Go ahead.
Not necessarily. Like,
Okay.
if you look at like other theater productions on YouTube,
Right.
it's just a wide stage.
That's true. You're right.
And
You're right.
I think the lighting will help.
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
differentiate what's going on.
And okay, that's a good point. Okay.
Also, while people are speaking, like in your scripts, it'll kind of show like left of the throne or right of the throne,
Right.
or move up kind of center. Draw a line through the middle of all these foundations, like horizontally, like this.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really want to go past. We're going to want to kind of stay central to this, because if you go too close to the lights, you might get over illuminated.
Right. Right. Yeah, I've noticed that. Yep.
Okay. So we'll try to stay center like this, and then when
Okay.
you're talking, sometimes it'll say to audience, so you just kind of face the audience, and sometimes it'll say to, and I put the person's in-game name so you can see them easier than their stage names. Then you'll just kind of turn slightly to them like this,
Yeah.
and then, and I think with the different costumes and the limited people on any given stage,
Yeah.
it'll be clear who's talking. But if you want, you can kind of like move back and forth like this. Da, da, da. If it's not too distracting when reading your scripts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Mike can see.
Three witches, for example, when one of them talks, you can like move back or move forward one step, very subtle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that'll draw the audience eye immediately. Just even a little twitch will, and then it'll also kind of cue me, and I'll just sort of pan a little bit into that character, or slightly twist the camera to yeah. All right.
And I mentioned just lastly on the Discord that because a lot of these scenes are dependent on lighting, during the daytime the lighting is not as rich.
Right.
So when we go through our rehearsals, we'll start at maybe 6:30 or 7 p.m. in game, and if that takes us if we can get through the whole thing, which I don't think in one day cycle or night cycle,
Right.
then we might have to do the intermission with, roll your advertisements.
Now the end game
Now that's
clock
a
is
huge issue.
yeah, it's 37 minutes actual real time. So
Right.
you would be looking at about 10 or 15 minutes of downtime.
That's a like live streamer time.
That's a huge
significant.
yeah.
A long time.
Yeah, that's death of your audience if you don't have something else to kind of do.
Yeah.
Even watching commercials will only go for so long. So I wonder, is it possible to? I guess this is built not in the custom world where you could basically go to a dark setting. There's no dark setting the entire time.
There's no dark
We-
setting.
The only other thing you might,
that.
yeah. What about building another building around this? Like in other words, I don't know how that would even work, to be honest, because I'm not really familiar with the build mechanics. But I guess it really wouldn't make a huge difference. But
No, I think we're just gonna have to
Yeah.
muscle through it.
we'll have to see what it looks like. I can always go to an intermission, and then I can turn down the brightness on. Let me see what.
No, I mean, like, it's not a...
Yeah.
Like, when you stand in front of lights, it's still visible that
Yeah.
person is lit during
Right.
the day.
Right.
Just not
It's
as much.
2
back.
a.m.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Ray,
Yes.
where's your studio set? Is that private world, or is there something functional that you could use public?
It's in the custom world. Yeah. Unfortunately.
The issue is there's more than 8 of us.
Yeah, there's more than 8.
I know
true.
that's part of the
Yeah.
reason why is that I wasn't saying go to a
Right.
private world because it takes more to do this show than 8 people.
Right.
What I was thinking is maybe a 10-minute interview with Harvest to cut in on some of the time.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we could think.
I mean,
Well,
and then
let-
we come back if we
Yeah.
get to.
Yeah, I say let's just run through it and see what it looks like even during the day. I mean, once the audience is captured by the story, I don't think it will make a huge difference. But
No, I don't think so either.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah, and we'll see, we'll see what scenes we land on by the time it gets light out.
right.
Most of the last few scenes are all kind of, the battle and the fights, and those don't.
Right,
They mostly take up the whole stage, anyways.
right. Okay. How long
Yeah.
do you anticipate, if you had to just give a rough estimate, how long do you think the play will be in actual time?
I don't know. That's
Okay.
what we're gonna.
Yeah.
Like, I
You'll-
walked-
you'll
We'll
work
do
it.
a
That's
read.
fine.
We can do a read through,
All right.
and then we'll get an idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went through it myself
Yep.
at a relatively faster pace.
Yep.
And it was about 20 minutes,
Okay. That's not bad.
twice the allotted time, but
Yeah.
Your rewrites are brilliant, by the way.
Yeah.
They're
I love
really
the way
well
you edited.
selected.
yeah, thanks.
whole
That was
thing's-
it was really tough.
I mean, not enough Mcbeth, but other than that, it's great.
All right, well,
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna let the actors do their thing, and I will pick back up with you guys in Discord, and then obviously on the next rehearsal. But I have the easy job, that's for sure. Good luck, y'all. Yep. I got ta-ta for now. Ta-ta.